Mommy and Daddy, can I play a game, please? Makai been on the game all day. It's my turn.
Ball is yours. Can I have it?
Come on, Dad. Can I drive to the store?
I'm finished!
A day in the life with the berries.
Join us, Damian and Youmone, a millennial couple, on the Millennial Marriage Podcast as we navigate the real-life ministry of love, marriage, parenthood, and just overall life. Step into our world, the Millennial Marriage Podcast. Family, the Millennial Marriage Podcast family. Y'all with us tonight? Y'all not there just yet, but I know y'all are about to log in. How y'all doing?
We good. What's up, Millennial family? What's up? What's going on? 10 o'clock at night.
Nothing but the kids.
Yeah.
Look, we got some special folk with us in the virtual building tonight. The Connect You crew is back together again. Woo, woo.
What's up? What's up, fam?
We got
What's up?
We got Coach with us.
Yes.
We got Rev in the building. We got Pastor B in the building. Look, the Lord done brought the crew back together just for a little mini reunion. Won't he do it?
Yes.
Now, we couldn't get Shauna at the bed, but she said she'll join us because it's so late. We understand.
Everybody got jobs.
Everybody and these churn running around this house. But y'all, we wanted to introduce our Millennial Marriage Podcast family to our original podcast family, which is the Connect You crew. What do I mean by that? Well, 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, we all started a podcast. And it was about millennials being in this world, but not of this world. And so we only had 5 episodes, y'all. Can y'all believe that? It felt like way more. Yeah. And I think it just got big, like real fast. Did it scare y'all how big it got?
No,
not really. Really? It scared me. Like we had politicians on. We had like the sheriff's office on. It just got real big, and I don't know, it scared me a little bit. But what happened? Why did we stop?
I think it was
life.
Yeah, I think millennials, just what you talk about.
I mean, we started it in COVID, and then once COVID was over, we had to get back to what we normal day-to-day life.
That's true. So it was seasonal.
Yep.
I liked it though. Y'all liked it?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. We had people talking about where to Connect You crew. Okay, listen, they tired. They ain't here right now. But Millennial Marriage Podcast, we wanted to bring our original family, our podcast, on with you tonight. A part of being a millennial is being able to balance family, work, all those other things. And we have people that are in our lives that are very important to us. And so they kind of intertwine with multiple parts of our life. All right. So we got Coach, who is a literal coach. Coach, introduce yourself to the people, please.
Oh, okay. I'm Coach Cornelius, Coach Jamel, whatever you want to call me. I coach football at the high school, do a little softball. Also, the dean at the high school. So that's just pretty much me.
Dibble and dabble, whole bunch of coaching. All right. Yeah. And so he also is our cousin. I say ours, it's Damian. Hey, we've been married almost 17 years. He's going to be my cousin too. So we family, right? Yep. Not only is he just a coach, he's also a minister, okay? Right. So we all minister together at the same church. Shout out to Peaceful Believers Church. Woo woo.
Shout out. Yep.
All right. So we all are a part of that family. So we've intertwined. You know, he was our son's coach when they attended that school. And so he still mentors them as well. And so our lives are still intertwining. Shauna J, introduce yourself to the people, please.
You did not tell me I was going to have to do no introduction. I ain't write nothing.
That was your thing. That was her thing. She needed to write everything.
Yeah, I got to be prepared.
Off the dome. Right, come on now.
T.I.
Come on now.
I ain't no rapper. I mean... I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a wife. I do coach softball as well. I don't know what else you want to know.
Tell us about your team, girl. Didn't they do something special this year?
That wasn't my team.
Oh, who team?
That was Jamel's team that came in second. They came in second in the World Series. But listen to this. They got all this recognition for second. My team at least did win state. We didn't get no recognition for that, but we not gonna go that way. We gonna go back to the Bears.
I feel she holding on to something.
I was just a little bitter.
Okay.
I'm sorry, cuz. I'm sorry, cuz.
Can I say something?
I have to say release.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, so I just want to clarify something. That was not my team.
That was past.
That was Pastor's team. My team went to the World Series in 2019 and did not lose. We won.
Oh, that was the boys' team.
That was the boys' team.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
We can move on. We can move on from this.
Shots fired.
Let's move on. We're gonna move on.
We didn't lose. We actually won the World Series. Yeah, and they got a little sign as soon as you come into town, right?
The hurricane about blew it away though. So
I'm seeing them shots. Pow, pow. I'm seeing shots fired,
man. All good. It's all good. I hope.
Bulletproof vest on, man. Woo.
And did we mention they're actually cousins? Okay, so they're first cousins. So these are personal shots. We gonna stay out of this because they're gonna love each other in a few seconds anyway. Yeah. So it's best that we just stay out of it. We gonna look. Shauna yelling at the children. See, this is what happens. See, millennial
life, man.
Millennial life. She yelling at the children. They ain't in the bed.
So, mommy, be quiet. I have to go to school in the morning.
Girl, go to sleep. Girl, go to sleep. Oh goodness. All right. So look, we love this crew right here. Okay, so part of being, like I said, millennials and married millennials together, everything kind of intertwines. And so you got to have some people that are around you that can make you laugh, that can support you. You can support them. You know, just share a great relationship together. And so these are our folk. And so we want to kind of jump into living life as a millennial. Picture, you know, we are living single. Instead, it's we are living as millennials. That's lame. Yes. I really thought that was going to come over better. I thought that was going to be real, real good. But living as a millennial, all of us are millennials. So somebody may say, well, what is the millennial generation? And it trips me out, though. We had a revival maybe 2 years ago, and I invited millennials to preach and speak. And one person that I know is a millennial, because y'all put your birthdays out there, was like, I'm not a millennial. You know, I know I'm not. No, you are. So it's interesting. People don't know what the millennial generation is. So it's really, if you were born between 1980, so you just made it. Damian just made it. To 2000, that's a large span of time. You are a millennial. So that means we got some millennial parents that even have children that are millennials too. Go figure. Wow. Think about it. It's a 20-year span, right? So we got some millennials that got some churn as millennials also. But anyway, so millennial generation, I do believe that we're very different from other generations. And sometimes people talk about, I hear people saying it all the time at my job. They're like, you must be a millennial. Oh, what's that supposed to mean? But apparently there's something about us. So y'all tell me, what is so different about being a millennial than some other generations? What do y'all think?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the technology. That's one of the things, just the technology part of it, having that added to, you know, your lives. And then also, we all on here with parents, having your kids have that integrated in their lives at an even earlier age than what we got it.
That's true. What you thinking? We started early?
Well, I think we caught it like, we didn't catch it early, the technology part. I mean, for me, it was around like college age. Like, I didn't have a cell phone in high school.
What?
No,
I didn't have a cell phone in high school.
I had them car phones you carry around. It sat right in the center of my stanza. Look, we
had a car in high school?
So we were middle class.
You had a car in high school.
I had a car, but I didn't have. I have a cell phone.
Y'all ain't had them little Ericsson cell phones with the long antenna.
Nope.
We didn't have a car. I got a car. I got my first car when I was a sophomore in college, and I was a freshman in college when I got a cell phone.
Yeah, that's when I got my cell. I was a freshman when I got a cell phone.
My daughter is 8 and my son is 10, and they both have cell phones.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
All my kids got them when they went to 6th grade because they went to school at a different. They was in Bartow.
Yeah, and so they need to be able to call you. Yeah, ours. I think our oldest got his in 4th grade, 5th grade. His cell phone. Something like that. Yeah.
I don't remember.
But he needed it. So that's interesting. I did have a cell phone. I had the little Ericsson one. I had 2. I think I had a flip phone, then I had the little long antenna Ericsson.
Before we even got a phone, we started out with what, 2-way pages?
Oh yeah, you had the beepers. Yeah, now y'all had beepers, right?
Pages and all. I didn't have.
I never had one.
I used to carry my mom had one for her job, and I used to carry it. I didn't know how to work it. But she didn't even know I was carrying it. Like I would just take it and put it on my hip while I was going to the basketball court, like it was mine.
Yeah. I had a little clear gray one, and you got to flip it on the other side to see "I love you" kind of messages and all of that.
I had what you call a 2-way page, a sidekick.
Shirt. You had the shirt too.
But that was still in college, though, right?
Yeah, that was in college. Yeah,
right. I had a page in high school.
No.
What?
You was grown in high school. I already know. You had a page, you got a car, you got a phone, you was on the go.
She was on the
I was. Gotta block all these users that's trying to come in our mix. Sorry, yes. So part of being a millennial, like you said, Coach, is the technology piece. Right. So we got our kids now have to be up to date with technology. Now I heard you before you got on air, you talked about, hey, put that phone away. Are y'all taking phones at night, or y'all just trusting that they'll put these electronic devices up and you ain't got to worry about it?
No, I take them at night, and they don't get them back until Friday after school.
Wait, huh? They don't have them during the week.
They have their TVs, and then if they need
iPads or cell,
they have a school issue iPads that they use if they need to use it.
Okay,
but no.
We gotta do better, Damian.
We do no video games, no TV during the week, but they do have their cell phones.
No TV at all during the week.
No TV.
That was a big when they've always done that, and I never understood like why they did it, but it worked for them.
But here's the thing, our kids, very active. So when you think about it, practice this, that. They just, so it wasn't like a thing where they asked, "Can I watch TV?" It was just like they don't watch it. Now on the weekends they do, but the cell phone is put up. They have their cell phone and then they put it up before they go to bed. But they do have it like during the week. But our kids are older than so. Jaden, like he got football practice on my nights, on my days. We gotta talk like, hey, I'm ready, stuff like that. But I don't trust them, because they wouldn't get no sleep.
Now we are finding that out. It is me. Okay, it is me. I am that lenient parent. He's more strict, and he got one of the phones now, and I'm trying to. Like, when he gonna get his phone back? Because here's my thing, though. I communicate with them all the time through their phones. Like, if they're not with me, I'm like, hey, what about this? Checking this, da-da-da-da. Like, that's how we just interact all day long. Something happened to them, they know they texting me. If they have basketball practice, they quickly text me, and I'll know, hey, this is how, like, we have made that a part of our formal communication. So when they don't have their phones, it's like, dog, check your grades. Well, I gotta use your computer because you took my phone. It's like, oh,
no,
use my computer.
It's just the discipline part of it. It's just with me, I take it because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I'm gonna snatch it. I'm gonna take it. That's something that you really want. So I'm gonna take it from you. But
so let's talk about this, y'all.
She be wanting to give it to him 30 minutes later. I'm like, no, man, what you doing? So it's just it's different. different way of millennials have different way of disciplining their kids from when we grew up.
So let's talk about that. Now, are y'all raising your kids the way you were raised? Have you made some tweaks and adjustments based on time and meaning where we are socially and things like that? Or are y'all sticking to how you were raised?
I think it's a little bit of both because times are different. So you can't really do things the way that, I mean, I never got a spanking. Like my mama never spanked. I never got a spanking.
Oh, you ain't been to my house.
My siblings got spankings.
Oh, wait a minute now.
I never got. I learned from what I ain't finna do what they did.
That's smart.
I mean, I've been on punishment. Like I've got.
I'm just saying, when we was growing up, she was the baby.
Okay, but she learned.
Yeah.
Okay, that's smart.
And I don't think Caitlin ever got a spanking either.
Wow. Okay.
So
you seen.
I got on punishment. Like I wasn't allowed to go certain places, or I wasn't allowed to use the phone, or like for one time I got into a fight. So I got a fight with Shanika Brown.
You ain't gonna say
Shanika Brown?
We ain't calling out names. Oh Lord. Oh,
maybe I should say name, but shoot.
You didn't say names.
I got to a fight. That's thing I know about mama. I don't even know who called my mama, but she come pulling around the corner in that little escort. And it was around I think it was the classic time. So my auntie was gonna take me and my sisters to the classic. I wasn't allowed to go because I got in a fight. Now, had it been a couple years before, and maybe if it would have been my two older sisters, they probably would have got a whooping. But I just, you know what I mean? So I think too, my parents or my mom and my stepdad, like they kind of altered their parenting style.
Well, you learn.
Right. So like I don't really spank my kids. Like, I mean, I might pop them or I might thump a lip or something, but I take their stuff.
Yeah.
So for instance, Landon had 3 assignments that he didn't do.
Yeah.
He had zeros. And I told him, okay, you had enough time. By the end of the week, you don't get all your assignments in, I'm going to take all your things. And he didn't do it. He did 2 out of the 3. Yeah. So I took his phone, I took his Nintendo Switch, I took his remotes, I took everything from out of his room.
That's worse than a spanking.
Right. For him it is.
Yeah.
And by the end of the next week, he had it in. He said, Mommy, I turned it in. I said, I don't see it in the grade book. He said, you didn't say that. He said, you didn't say it had to be in the grade book. No, I need to see it in the grade book. So I take stuff because I know that is more hurtful.
You probably got to know the kid too, though.
Right.
You know, like your parents probably knew, okay, Shauna, we can deal with her this way, you know, rather than
kids had to get a spanking. No talking to her, I bet. I got to spank her, talking to her.
You know what? So then, Jamel, are you raising the same way or different?
I made some adjustments earlier in their lives when they were younger. They definitely got spankings.
Mm-hmm.
So, as they got older, they, I didn't have to go that route.
Yeah.
I just, because I kind of felt like the foundation was set. But when you say was I raised the same way, I think about it in sports. You got fundamentals.
Yeah.
So the fundamentals that you look at, we're gonna go to church. Period.
Yeah.
All right.
You're gonna be respectful. You're gonna talk a certain way. You're gonna present yourself a certain way. Mm-hmm. Yes. And then as they got older, with the technology and taking away things, kind of that's the adjustment. One of the things I remember is one time I took Jaden to the store and I bought him some shoes that he had been asking for. So I brought the shoes. I got in the car. We drove all the way to the house. He got back with the shoes. He telling everybody, look at these. I think it was a pair of Jordans he wanted. So I let him, whatever. Next day, I go get the shoes out of his room, put them in the thing. I said, you don't got a job. You ain't pay for these shoes. I bought these shoes for you, and not one time did you say thank you. You do not receive something from somebody and don't say thank you. And I took them back to the store.
Whoa.
Took them back to the store. So now, all three of them, they
very
know,
grateful.
They saw. So anytime somebody do something for them, you better say thank you.
And you ain't never buy the shoes back?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Now, if I would have did something like that, you take it to the extreme. God, you going 1 to 100. I'm like, what?
But I tell you what.
You ain't taking shoes back to the store though.
Nah,
I know him.
I do other things.
But that affected not just him.
Yeah,
but all
everybody
of them.
else, they saw it.
Yeah. So
Sure.
you know, my kids have missed events. Like she said, you know, you want to, you know, we don't pull them from stuff. You know, if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, we're gonna come and hit you. We, like you said, you got to know the kid. So we're gonna hit you. We're gonna hit you where it hurt at.
Where it hurts. Yeah, I agree. And with ours, we know, like Nasir, that phone. You take that phone, he just about to melt on the ground.
Fetal position in the bed.
He don't know what to do without the phone. So he knows, okay, we giving you a warning, we're gonna take that phone. But then also you got him like a good honor student kind of thing. And so you got to find a balance with them. I did say that I wanted to be a strict and stern parent, but I also wanted it to be where my kids could always talk to me. And I felt like growing up sometimes I just couldn't talk to my parents about certain things, you know, and so I wanted my boys to know you can always talk to me about anything. And then a parent just gave me some advice last week. One of our family friends, she said she does this with her boys. She gives them 15 minutes to just talk about whatever they want to talk about, whatever. And she gives no judgment. She gives no feedback unless they want it. They can say it how they want to say it. They can just 15 minutes, and it's just her and that child without the other children around. They just get their time. And she said they've been doing it for about 5 years, and it works very well for her sons. So I was like, that's interesting. Just various different parent styles.
Yeah.
I think that's a part of being a millennial too. We're innovative. We're very creative. And we do want to be kind of revolutionaries. We want to, you know, think outside of the box and make change and not just settle for what's in front of us kind of thing. Right. Y'all agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Like I find myself like I could talk to my mom about probably pretty much anything right now. But growing up, like I didn't feel that openness.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes I allow my kids too much freedom to say really how they feel. But I do want them to know, like, you could talk to me about anything. You don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be afraid. I don't want them to be afraid of me. That was a big thing for me too. Like I was afraid to tell my parents some stuff like, am I going to get in trouble? Like, how are they going to feel? Am I going to hurt their feelings? Like, so I just really want my kids to know that they can come to me and say whatever on their heart. And sometimes they say whatever on their heart.
Whatever's on their heart. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was, like I say, growing up, it was totally different than how we're raising our kids now, especially with me, you know, growing up with not having your mom or your dad. So you're living with relatives, but you know, when you get in trouble back in them days, you get a spanking. It wasn't no talking, it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? But I think we still need those type of rules and regulations as the older from back in the day, that what we used to do, because a lot of stuff that's going on now didn't happen when we was growing up. Right. You know, we wasn't all in when grown folks are talking. You weren't in no conversation. You ain't know what was going on. When stuff ain't you don't know none of that stuff. But nowadays, I think there's a line that I think a lot of millennials are allowing their kids to cross, where they're thinking they're your friend. And now it's getting to the point where now these kids are so disrespectful. As we see it in the school system.
They just curse around adults. I'm like, bro,
what? You remember growing up when we saw pastor walking down the road, you immediately get yourself together quick, because that was a man of respect. But now kids will walk right past you and they pants still below their waist and cursing and music, got the music all. I'm like, man,
you speak to them, they won't speak back. And I'm like, come on now. See, some of those things we do have to, I think, continue.
Yeah.
And so this generation isn't lost. We got to keep instilling those values in them. Like you said, that gratitude. Hey, I bought you this and you ain't say thank you or nothing like that. All right, let's take it back to the store. And we're one that we try to keep our kids grateful and humble and constantly reminding them of where we've come and where, you know, where we're going to setting those kind of goals.
The things y'all guys have, we didn't have. And, you know, just to be grateful, be thankful for, you know, I tell my kids all the time, I say, man, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of kids who love to be in your situation, love to be where you at right now, you know, and I try to keep them as humble as possible, you know. It works. I think it works because I believe our kids are great kids.
I think we all got really good kids.
Yeah,
we do. Now, switching gears a little bit, we all are busy. That's another critical part of being a millennial. We are constantly running, going here. How do y'all manage the chaos? That was one of our first episodes that we talked about, but I'm interested to hear, how do y'all manage the chaos and just the busyness of life as a millennial?
My mama. Listen, if I didn't have my mom, I honestly, I don't know if I would be able to do half of the things that I'm able to do outside of my house. So my kids aren't as active in sports as you guys kids are. Like Skylar does the dance, and Landon just got involved in like a whole bunch of stuff this school year. But prior to this school year, he did taekwondo, which was kind of like fly by night. T-ball didn't stick, soccer didn't stick. But now he's doing different things. And I've worked from home for almost 3 or 4 years now.
Wow.
But now I have a job where I'm required to go on site like at least once or twice a week. And without my mom picking them up from school and helping me get them to and from activities, because Daryl works too, normal business hours. So I wouldn't be able to do it. So it's literally, she's my village. I remember us having to go to my grandma Agnes' house when my mom had to work 12-hour shifts. Like, we would spend the night there. So she's only doing what she saw her mom do for her.
Right.
I don't know if I'm gonna be that kind of grandma.
You got to pay it forward now.
Oh no, I don't know if I'm gonna be that type of granny, but I'm gonna try.
You're gonna go pick your grandkids up,
especially scholars. You're gonna pick them up,
and you're gonna pick them up on time.
So
with the car tag on the
But yeah, that's honestly how I'm able to do it. And with the softball stuff, Daryl kind of gets frustrated with me that I spend so much time with the sport.
Yeah.
I don't have a kid playing on any other teams, but it's honestly like that's my release.
Yeah.
Like that's my outlet from everything at home. Me spending time with them girls, me spending a little bit of time away from home, taking them to do different things. That's where I find a little bit of peace.
Okay. That's
so
interesting.
Yeah.
And your kids don't go with you there?
No.
Okay.
Only on special occasions when I don't have any other options.
Okay.
Because they don't like to be outside. They don't like the heat. They think if it's not a practice, they ain't going because they think it take too long.
All right. Coach, what you thinking? Well, how do you manage? Is it a business also?
Yeah, I have my situation has changed tremendously. And I think I can, as being a millennial, divorce is part of that,
Yeah.
So I have a different situation than I had a couple years ago, but my kids live about 45 minutes away. And then of course we got the time sharing.
Yeah.
So I have help from my parents as well. I do as much as I can by myself. I don't as much as I can so they don't feel
like a burden. It's a burden on them.
Exactly. But they enjoy having them around. I remember one time Shauna had to help me out, driving. I think the biggest change has been the drive.
We know.
I was talking to Sahara we had a conversation this weekend, because I have, you have your time schedule, but I'm not that type of dad. So I drove over there Monday, spent some time with her. It wasn't my assigned time.
Yeah.
And then on Tuesdays, my schedule, we practice at night on Tuesdays with my team. Something I had already started doing.
Yeah.
And it just so happened Jaden ended up playing football for another program. So on Tuesdays, I drive over to watch our practice every Tuesday.
Wow.
So it was not my week. So Wednesday, I didn't see them. And then that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they've been with me. So 7 days out the week, they saw me 6 days.
That's good.
So
that's a huge sacrifice, though.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be. I have my moments.
Yeah.
When I'm driving, because it's like, man, I'm doing all this driving.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I get it. You have your kids for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And I have a child. You spoke earlier, and I'm like, golly, I ain't know I fit in that cat. I got it. Well, I'm close. I got a daughter that is
yeah. Because she's what, 19, 20?
Yeah, she'll be 20.
Wow. Yeah, millennial. Okay, so you're one.
So I get it. That graduation come fast, man.
Yeah,
so
man.
If it's 45 minutes now, I'll take it. She grown now, somewhat. I call her, she's semi-grown. So my call now is, Dad, I gotta get my car fixed.
Yeah.
I need this and that. She working, she doing her own thing. So I don't hear from her as much because she don't, she kind of got her own thing going. But it just make you realize that time come and it go real quick.
Yeah.
So I don't mind doing it. But yeah, it's definitely a village. And then another thing is I'm the type that, like, going into my week, I gotta know what's going on. So I have I use my phone and I put everything I got in that week, because I just don't like being surprised. So like, honestly, Sundays it's kind of like I like, okay, I got this Monday, I got this Tuesday, I got everything on my calendar, to kind of keep me, you know what I mean? I just would hate to be like, oh, Sahara had this and you forgot.
Yeah.
Organized.
Yeah. So I try to do that, and I really try to think ahead. I already got, when people ask me what you got going on next week, I could tell you exactly what's going on. Because I'm constantly looking at that, like, all the time. Because I just would hate to be that dad that you
miss something.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think,
that's part of being millennials too, because my phone, that's why if I leave that phone, look, I'm coming back. I can't, job stuff, managing jobs and children's schedules and all of that stuff. And he's one, he don't really, now that you started kind of a new position, he's more so learning about this calendar thing and managing. But that's how I live. Like, I got to have it. This phone got my whole schedule on it. And so I'm constantly, okay, no, we can't do that this weekend. We got to do this because we got basketball, we got football, it's managing all of those different things.
And with me personally, I just like being around my kids, man. With me, I like going to the practice. If I can get involved, I'm gonna get involved. That's just that time is just, to me, is valuable to me. That's why you don't see me doing. I did corporate America and it didn't work because it took away a lot of time from my kids. And I couldn't go certain places. I couldn't do certain things because I had to work. So I was like, nah, man, spending time with my kids is more important than any job. And, I'll find different jobs that I can work around, making sure I'm at my kids' game, making sure if I need to pick them up, I can pick them up. So that's the one thing that's important to me. And it's just a sacrifice, man, just like you, Jamel. A lot of driving. It's a lot of driving. It's a lot of back and forth, man. Like, we wake up 4:30 in the morning and don't get home sometimes to 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night at times, just running, taking your kid. You got one kid here taking on this, taking on that. But we all say it's tiresome, but at the end of the day, you be like, man, at least I know I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
I think that's part of being a millennial as well, being there.
Yes.
Because like for me, I know probably a lot of us millennials, like, so my kids will bring home a paper for a spirit night at Marco's the day before, or can you come eat lunch with me? Or they're gonna have fall fest. Can you come volunteer? Like a lot of those things, my parents weren't able to or walk with me and go trick or treating because they were working. So I think a lot of it is us trying to break that cycle. Not really that they didn't want to be there, but they really couldn't be there.
Yeah.
So we try to make sure that we are there if we can. And going back to what Damian said about the jobs, I think a lot of millennials get slack from the older generation for the lack of longevity on different jobs. So they'll say, y'all quick to quit something. Well, if it's not fitting our lifestyle, or if it's not benefiting us, or if it's not elevating us, then yeah, we're ready to move on to the next best thing. But that's not because we're quitters. It's because we're trying to elevate.
That's it. Elevation.
We're trying to find out how this or that works with our lifestyle or the lifestyle that we want. So I know I get mom guilt when I can't go and do something with my kids. It's very seldom that I can't, but every now and again I do have to say, no, I'm sorry, baby, we can't go to spirit night. I got XYZ. So I think that's part of being a millennial parent as well.
It is. I agree, because I broke my neck to try to, because Damian wasn't able, and they were like, we got PTA, we got open house, and and I broke my neck trying to make sure I could pick him up, go here, do this for and still slide in there to open house. So you're right. It's about being present. And my parents were present, but they worked also, and so they just tried to do the best they can. And so I think, like we said, we want to be there, So you mentioned something now. Okay, we're talking about parenting because we're about to slide to another conversation now. You mentioned trick-or-treating. Now, all of us have professed to being saved. We sanctified. We filled with the Spirit. Okay. Now, millennials, did y'all let y'all children go trick-or-treating? Did y'all keep it holy, or did you do Halloween?
Now, I remember one time we let our kids dress up for school.
Oh, come on.
What did we dress Nasir as?
Nasir was Super Jesus, and I had Jesus, and I went ahead and made this shirt, and I ironed on the little J for Jesus, like a Superman thing, and I made him a little blue cape. He was probably about 5 or 6. He was Super Jesus at Hallelujah night. Yes, and I think Kyle was a disciple.
He might have been
So I handed out candy. My kids do the storybook character day. But I didn't allow them to go trick or treat. Now, not because not because of any religious reasons. We've just never done it. And I've never handed out candy before, but not to say next year I won't allow them to go trick or treating and dress up in a fun costume. But I think it goes back to fundamentals too. Like Jamel was saying with church, we grew up being basically made to go to church. We grew up being made to go to Hallelujah night. We grew up being made like to believe that is not of the Lord. Like we don't celebrate Halloween.
Right.
But now we don't have the Hallelujah night at church.
Right.
So it's I would allow them to go trick-or-treating. But I wouldn't allow them to dress up as like no monsters or no soup, nothing bloody or nothing crazy like that. Just something fun. Allow them to have fun, but that's about it.
Yeah. Jamel?
My kids did not dress up. Well, Sahara had on tutu, I think, but it wasn't.
Okay.
But no, I've never when I ain't pass out no candy.
We don't do that anymore.
I just never, like I say, it's one of them things we didn't do it growing up, and I just
Yeah.
I didn't I don't know, I didn't do it, but I was at my girlfriend, she never done it.
Oh,
and
she
then,
never trick-or-treated either?
well, she's never passed out candy
Oh, okay.
at where she live at. So her son had a birthday. So she was celebrating his birthday. So she did the little carve out the pumpkin junk thing.
Okay.
So my kids did that, and then she had candy out.
Okay.
And
For
see,
anybody that walked by.
yeah, and her family was already there for the carving of the pumpkin.
Okay.
So she didn't expect as many people to come that came.
Oh, a lot of people came.
Yes.
You might have seen ours because we
candy. Honestly, I don't know because I was in there watching the game. I was watching football. So
yeah, we don't. And little Drew, who's 5, was just so upset. Mommy, you didn't buy me a costume because last year we bought him one, but it was because the daycare had character day, and so okay, dress up. Hey, I love dressing up as a little girl. And so I bought him his little PJ mask little thing, when he was a little superhero. So this year he said, Mommy, you didn't buy it. And I was like, boy, I ain't buying that stuff. Just go put the old one on or whatever. And so, our older ones are like, can we just walk around the neighborhood? Because thankfully, we don't live in a big town. We live in a small city and it's safe. Can we walk around?
In Duval? No, you walk around.
How you gonna call out my hometown? He hating all. But because we live in a small city, it was like, okay, you're gonna walk around with your friends. That's fine, and get some candy. And, we examine the candy. But none of mine dressed up necessarily. But it was more so about them just walking around having fun with their friends or whatever. And so DJ is the one that'll tell people quick, we don't celebrate Halloween. That we don't celebrate it. But he still walked around and got candy. So I mean, kids I'm fine with kids being kids. They know our foundation. So they know what we believe in. They know what we allow and what we won't allow. And so we're still saved. But, I see all these things on social media, just like, all of this craziness. And so I'm just like, but my kids get Jesus every single day. And so they know, and it's going to get to a point where they got to know for themselves.
Right.
We raise them up, but they still got to make that decision, that choice for themselves. So yes, they did walk around and pick up candy from neighbors. This is the first year we actually let them do that. They didn't do that last year.
No, they didn't do it last year.
Yeah, but they're bigger.
But I think we had some at the church, didn't we?
I think we did pass out candy.
Church, so,
yeah, something like that.
I have to walk around the neighborhood. Well, the way these neighborhoods look now, some of these houses look. Whew,
yeah, they had
scary.
They had haunted houses. I heard, and the kids were going in. Drew came back and was like, I said, okay, you don't need to walk no more. Jeffrey Dahmer or something. I said, oh no,
on the table.
You don't need to see any of that. He was like, so that kind of stuff we try to keep them away from. But yeah, we just couldn't kind of do it that day. All right, so look, we getting close to our hour, but I want to do something. So we talk about millennials, we talk about we saved and how we parent and all those kind of things. I want to know about y'all yourself. So this is a little game, okay? Little game, just to see. He's looking on my little paper. My little notes here. Don't cheat. We just want to see which one you would choose, okay? So don't holler at your answer first. I want you to think about it. I'm going to give you some options, and they are supposed to be polar opposites. So we saved, but we still live in this world as well. And we still kind of reminisce on where we were before sometimes.
I'm a gangster.
You gangster? Did you say you're a gangster? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Didn't know that.
Okay, when we go to homecoming, sometimes we have to bring ourselves back because we relapse and start, reminiscing on, those days before kids.
You seen Muddy and Boo when she's talking about track city, man, track.
Just start moving.
Hey, that's how we
happens.
we listen to certain music, we be like,
okay. So you gotta bring yourself back. All right, so here we go.
We go in our car and we start listening to gospel music.
It's various topics, right? So don't holler at your answer at first. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is sports teams. Sports teams. He already know what time it is. All right. So if you had to pick one over the other, Florida State or Florida?
No. Stepping on some toes.
I don't know. Florida State or Florida?
You said not the answer.
So now I wanted everybody to get it. All right. So now we go. Whoever wants to go first can go first.
We already know.
Go,
Carl.
Jamel, Florida State or Florida?
Go and say that Florida State. Go and say it, Carl.
I'm a proud alumni of the University of Florida. I won't even speak on that other school.
Well, I feel offended that y'all feel like them the only two schools in Florida. Like,
sorry, we didn't give your
Florida Atlanta University.
That's my thing. Y'all got it right.
Yeah, like
you FIU, FAU.
FAU.
I know. I honestly just keep getting them mixed up. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, them not the only two schools in Florida.
Those are the ones on this list. Florida or Florida State, Shauna? Who you
need
got?
to amend the list. Florida Atlanta University.
Florida Atlanta. She's sticking to a word.
I'm riding with my cousin, Florida Gators now.
Well, I am a graduate of the Florida State University, so I'm riding with the Seminoles. Damian?
I'm with the Seminoles too, even though I didn't graduate from Florida State, but I like the Seminoles.
You know, one of our children tried to betray us and said he liked the Gators. I almost put him out this house.
That's why Makai
talk about it. Oh, I know you didn't say his name. He's getting over that. He's getting over it. It was a phase. He's getting over it. Especially after this season, he's getting over it. All right, next. Hold on.
He's a fickle fan. They don't need him no way. He's a fickle fan.
True. That's fine. Here we go. Two options: Tampa Bay or Eagles.
Tampa Bay, man. I'm rolling with the Bucks.
Really?
Yeah,
even with their record?
I don't care about the record.
Die hard.
With the Bucks.
All right. What y'all say?
You shouldn't make him because don't answer this.
No, I want him to. I want him to.
I'm with Tampa Bay. I mean, I don't really Philly. No, I ain't.
Eagles record. It don't matter.
I ain't buying into the hype.
Okay.
Tampa Bay is I mean, I like Tony Dungy. I like Tom Brady, but he done went down a couple notches. Not because he playing bad.
Oh.
Just some other stuff he got going on.
Got it.
I feel like he tripping.
Okay.
He's slamming tablets now. He cussing his team out publicly and stuff like that. He's just coming off real prima donnish right now.
Okay.
So. That old man, get off my lawn.
He's a millennial, y'all, though. He's a millennial. I'm just saying.
No, he ain't. Ain't he 45?
Is he 45?
No, he's 45.
He is? Oh, he's not a millennial then.
Yeah, he's 45.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, well, he's not a millennial. Okay. I got it. Okay. All right, now, Shauna, Tampa Bay or Eagles?
I'm rolling with Tampa. That was my stepdaddy favorite team.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm saying the Bucks too, not necessarily because of the quarterback, but just I like the team. I like what they got going on. All right, here we go. This is a simple one: khakis or jeans?
Jeans.
Yeah,
jeans. Me too. Me too.
Hate wearing them now.
Come on, millennials. We got to be professionals.
You can be professional in jeans.
Exactly.
Ooh, can you?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I wear jeans.
These guys don't want you wearing jeans now.
My job allowed me to wear jeans.
Wow, not mine.
Just no rips.
Not mine. Only on Fridays, maybe. And
you also work at a place where you have to go in there every day, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. See, they're not cutting edge. They're living in the past.
Got to be careful. All right, here's another one: fried chicken or fruit.
I don't ask these questions, man.
Millennials, we got to care about our health. Fried chicken or fruit?
Fried chicken with fruit on the side.
No. Are you going on a fast? Are you doing a vegan option? Because many
give me the chicken. Give me my mama fried chicken.
Huh? I wanted to really go vegan. I really did. And when I started fasting, it made it a little bit easier to even try. You know that. Why wouldn't you try vegan? This dude want meat every single meal.
You just want to be like Tabitha Brown.
I love her.
I know it.
I got some mushrooms in there. I'm gonna try. You ain't even
know.
gonna know. I'm gonna get a good recipe.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken for real. I eat fruit.
I'm gonna say fruit over fried chicken. I don't have to have fried chicken all the time.
Cap. Cap.
Yeah, she knows
that's
she
cap.
The biggest cap. Biggest cap.
Ate chicken the other day. She just ate chicken.
I'm not gonna tell these people my menu now.
She just ate chicken, but then she had
just ate fruit. I also just ate
had buffalo chicken dip.
I cooked that for the family because y'all need meat.
You the main one.
I'm just saying.
She the one wanted. She got the recipe from somebody.
You supposed to keep her secrets.
Nobody keep.
He ain't keeping no secrets.
That's so lame of you.
I would choose good old fruit over chicken, fried chicken. Now, okay, my buffalo chicken dip was not fried. Okay, here we go. Lecrae or T.I.?
T.I.
Come on now, say people, we supposed to be listening to the Lord's music.
Man,
all right.
I'm sure T.I. done a gospel song or two.
T.I. got a couple songs I like, but I don't want to see Lecrae live. So I know I like Lecrae albums. He got a couple albums like I know every song on the album.
Me too. I like his music.
I never listened to a whole Lecrae album. I'd have listened to the whole T.I. catalog.
That restored one is nice. I like it.
We don't heard it.
I mean, I've listened to Lecrae songs.
I like Gravity.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I like Church Clothes too.
That's the one played in the Sear party when he couldn't dance. When he was,
so yeah, I'm a rope T. I like some of his songs, but I can't rock with T.I. no more.
Woo!
I mean,
yellow boy head.
That wasn't the question. The question that we not finna deep into that.
We not. Yeah. But the old T.I., like me, I'm rocking with him. I do. I hate to say it. I'm a big T.I. fan. T.I. fan. And I like Lecrae. I do. So there's just a little mix of.
I don't even know what Lecrae look like. He ain't know none of the. I need to see what he look like.
You probably done seen him, man. You've heard his music and stuff.
I mean, I heard his music.
I'm T.I.
Oh, you T.I. All right, here we go. Employee or entrepreneur?
What do we prefer?
Yes.
I would prefer to be an entrepreneur. I prefer the freedom to go and do what I like, when I like, how I like.
You're definitely a millennial.
Entrepreneur, man.
That's why I like working from home. It gives me an ounce of a taste of entrepreneurship, although I work for somebody else.
Okay. Jamel, what you say?
I value stability too much to be an entrepreneur.
Okay, that's something too now. That is a big back and forth that many of millennials, for example, myself, I struggle with, going the stability route or going with your passion and your purpose. Which do you choose?
I think you have to have balance. I think you can do both. Because I've done the entrepreneur. I wouldn't say that it was my passion with the sign business. That wasn't my passion. That was something that I kind of fell into. But at the same time, I was doing my 9 to 5 and it was a struggle. It was a lot.
I was about to say, I know that's a struggle.
It was a lot. But it goes back to stability. Like Jamel said, I couldn't quit my 9 to 5 because the entrepreneurship, it wasn't meeting all of the needs. That really was just like extra. So I think you can do both. It's a sacrifice of time and sleep, but you can definitely do both. Yeah.
And I think I'm finding it hard to be creative. And for me, really hear from the Lord and what he's dropping, because my job is so intense. You're constantly got to do that thing. So when do you have a chance with your kids and all these other things to really tap into that level of creativity that you need for entrepreneurship? That's a little bit difficult, So if we're going to be honest, it is hard to do both. Oh,
I'm open to entrepreneurship on the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
We definitely live in a generation that requires, or a time that requires, multiple streams of income.
Yes.
Whether that second stream of income is your husband, your significant other, or another job or something, but it's definitely hard to survive on one.
Yeah, I agree.
But I find it, if it's something, being an entrepreneur, it got to be something that you're really passionate about. It's something that you really, something that you really love to do. You know what I'm saying? So
And if
you
you
could turn that into profitable income where you can make enough money.
But you got to grind.
But sometimes when we look at things like that and we say that, I still need my 9 to 5, we tend to not put all our efforts into making that entrepreneur our own thing that we want going, because we feel we don't have enough time to put into that particular job, that what you want to own, how you want to do it. So I think sometimes a lot of people leave that off the tables. They say, "Oh, I can't do it," but it's something that God may have given you, and sometimes that could turn into really a big business for you, and you don't have to work as much.
Yeah, that's true. Those were the questions in my little mini game, but I think it revealed a lot about how millennials think, and we are getting down to our stop time on tonight's podcast. But I just want to thank you all. We want to thank you all for just vibing with us tonight, sharing with us Life as a Millennial. It was very good to have the crew back. We really appreciate you all staying up late, coming on here with us. We still hear footsteps at our house, so that means we got to put the hammer down. Like, didn't we tell y'all to go to bed? But we thank y'all so much for staying up so late with us and just having some really good conversations. And we hope most of our viewers watch the playback. We hope that they enjoyed tonight's podcast as well, and that they will like and share the podcast on both YouTube and our social media outlet, Facebook. Do you have any departing words? Do y'all have any departing words for the people?
Thanks for having us. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Shauna, anything? Shauna just want to go to sleep. Peace.
She ain't even got to go to. She ain't even got to go in.
You got to go in tomorrow.
Listen, my husband is not here.
I
got to go into work in the morning.
You got to go in the morning.
Yeah, so I got to do the whole school routine by myself.
Yeah, that girl needs she needs to rest.
But I got to finish watching The Watcher first.
Right.
You been watching that?
Oh, I need to see that.
I've been watching it, but
they said it was good.
It's too much.
It's funny.
We gotta watch it. I gotta start over because I fell asleep. That's what I always do. I fall. They talking about Netflix and chill. It's Netflix and sleep.
Yeah.
I always fall asleep.
Yeah, we've been watching it. I've been watching a lot. I think about episode 4 or something like that.
You on episode 4? See, I've been asleep.
That's the episode
where
the lady and the husband shot themselves.
I ain't got time. Don't tell the story.
Spoiler alert.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait till you find out they ain't really shot themselves.
Come on, y'all. Look, we gotta go because they about to spoil the whole thing for us.
That's what I'm at.
Oh, y'all. Hey, look. Thank you so much, everyone, for chilling with us on tonight's podcast. We appreciate you. We'll be back next Sunday. Why my thing keeps stopping? We'll be back next Sunday. So please join us at the Millennial Podcast. Thank y'all.
Mommy and Daddy, can I play a game, please? Makai been on the game all day. It's my turn.
Ball is yours. Can I have it? Mom, Dad, can I drive to the store?
I finished!
A day in a life with the berry.